Hello everybody, welcome to the very first video in the implementation section of the training. So this section is basically just going to be wrapping things up, right? Where are we going to find all of our information? That's what this video is about. You know, how to sort of keep track of all the information, you know, how to plan out a trade specifically in terms of what currencies to put together when you finally have a bias. And yeah, pretty much just tying it all up so that you have a way to finally go out there and start trading this yourself. So without further ado, let's talk about where to find news headlines and economic data, and obviously preferably for free, which should not be a problem. So what types of news and data do we need? Well, we need two essential things for us to get all the information we need to do proper fundamental analysis, right? The first is pretty easy. We need to find a website that displays the economic calendar, aka data, right? So CPI, PPI, employment data, or if you want any of the other data, right? They all should be on the economic calendar, right? As well as you should be able to look up, you know, upcoming central bank meetings and how far away they are, you know, what's the date and what's the exact time of the announcement, and even holidays. There are many free sites that displays this information in one place, right? Many free sites, so that should not be a problem to find. The second thing, which is a bit more important, we need to find a place that displays analysts' expectations for central banks, politics, geopolitical events, right? We need to know what is happening in the world, essentially, right? Trade wars. This person said this. This central bank speaker said this, right? A place to get all of that information, and preferably, again, in one site, in one place. That's a lot less common, but there are still some good free sources for that, right? That's obviously harder to find because any company that's going to spend the time to do all of that is probably going to want to be paid. So, economic calendar websites. ForexFactory.com, FXStreet.com, ForexLive.com. All of these, and I'm sure there's a few more, but anyways, all of these has a free economic calendar that tells you all the data you need, when it's released, holidays, central bank meetings, right? So all of these are free sites with ways to filter out which country you want the data. So you can pick which countries you want. You don't need to sort through data for all countries if you're just looking for, right, like the major 8 maybe, or even the, you know, maybe 5 of the major 8 countries are the only ones you're going to look at. They have a way to filter that out. They have a way to filter out which type of data you want to look at, as well as dates, like I said, of holidays, bank holidays, and dates of central bank meetings, and what time period you want to look at. Do you just want the dates and data for the next week, next month, right? So you can filter out the time period as well. Next up, we have free newsfeed websites. There's FXStreet.com and ForexLive.com. These are my go-tos. I do not pay for news, right? I say free, like, you know, like that's a lesser option, but honestly, this is all I use. This is all I need. So just because it's free doesn't mean it's bad. So ForexLive.com is really the go-to. It has all the, you know, they post everything that you would need, very streamlined. You just have to check it, you know, and we're going to talk about this later on. You just have to mainly just check ForexLive.com for most of your news feed. That's it. FXStreet.com, it's a little less news feed-esque, right? They don't like try to be the fastest in getting news out, but they do post expectations for central banks, analysts' expectations, stuff like that. So that's more checking it to get that type of thing. Forex Live is really for news, being informed of what's going on right now. Now, there is the only place I found that's like cheap enough, besides like a Bloomberg terminal, obviously, which goes for like 10, 20 grand. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But this ForexSource.com, I believe, is the website. And it's basically like Forex Live. They just post, you know, news feed about economic activity and central bank stuff and geopolitical stuff. And again, it's mainly focused on news for currencies, which is good. I believe it's 50 or $100 a month, which is pricey. I did a free trial of it, just obviously to test it out. I'm being honest, Forex Live was better, and it's free. So, if you want to pay for it, you can. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I just found Forex Live to be better, and you don't have to pay for it. So, my go-tos, what do I like using? Again, for fundamentals, all sorts of news, forexlive.com. And FX Street, again, for analyst expectations, analysis for central banks, geopolitical events. However, I mainly use FX Street as my favorite economic calendar. So I go to their site, put it in the filters, and just see the data and what I need to find, right? And see when central bank meetings are coming up. So FX Street mainly for economic calendar, Forex Live for everything else, and they're free, and those are my go-tos. So there you go. Those are what I found to be the best. However, most economic calendars are about the same, so I just like it, right? It doesn't mean it's necessarily better than any other economic calendar. So this is what Forex Live looks like, right? You go to their site, they'll usually have ads, right? That's partially how they make money. And of course, they just have a whole list of, the top being the newest news, and you can just keep scrolling, and it's just a news feed, literally. As you can see, ECB policy meeting, no change in settings expected, preview. So they do previews for central bank meetings. What is expected for it? Here, Japanese Prime Minister, negotiate early delivery of vaccine doses. Australia coronavirus, another increase in cases, right? Like they just post things that are relevant to the different countries. And of course, that means relevant to the different currencies. Amazing resource, and really all that I need. Here, FX Street, you can see there's an economic calendar section. Actually, let me just go back here. Forex Live also has an economic calendar right there. So you could obviously just do all of it on Forex Live. But FX Street also has central bank stuff. So here, you could see they post articles, a little bit less streamlined. You kind of have to go looking for stuff. But if you know that there's a central bank meeting coming up in 2 weeks, you can look up the central bank. Maybe they'll post analyst expectations on it. Right, here, Euro USD bulls coming up for last breath ahead of ECB, question mark. Right, so anyways, they talk about that. They also talk about technicals, but obviously I'm not as interested in that. I can do my own analysis there. So yeah, these are my two go-tos. Check them out. Go look through them. Again, FX Street is less streamlined. So you have to click news, analysis, kind of go find the stuff. But for analysts, again, analyst expectations, stuff like that, that's a great resource. And then, just on Forex Live, I check it many, many, many times every day throughout the week because obviously I want to stay updated. So it's really all I have to do. Just click on it, see the couple new articles they've posted in the last hour. Boom, I'm on my way. And I'm always updated on what's going on. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Again, not sponsored by anybody here, but it's just really, honestly, these are some great websites. So anyways, that's it for this video. This is all I need and all you need really to do your fundamentals. And the amazing part is it's all free. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next lesson.